The Threatened Dreams quest is not a main quest, but is often done by players, although not entirely. There is different stopping points depending on your needs, and on this video you can use the chapters to do the parts you are interested on, starting with the access to Feyrist, then access to Kroazur, the mini-boss located in Feyrist, then up to getting the extra slot items, and the last two optional missions for the Swan Feather Cloak and the 2 Fairy achievement. Most people stop at access to Feyrist as that gives you enough for hunting the spawns in here, but also the access to the Summer Court. But with the recently added Sweet Dreams follow-up quest, you will have to complete the Threatened Dreams all the way to being able to make the slot items. So with that out of the way, let's start. First off, head to the outskirts of Abandondriel, just southwest of the city. Here you will find Alcestios and then asking for a mission. Then you will have to go to the Poacher Caves located east of the Kroazur mountain. This is a dynamic spawn that changes its content on a daily basis at server save, so you can encounter poachers and hunters, werewolves and boars, or gloom wolves. None of them are particularly difficult, but there is very little incentive to do this quest under level 50 or so. On the 4th floor of the cave, you will find a small room and then use the chest to get a book with all legends. Take this book to Ankermoon to the north of the depot. With the NPC Ahmed, say hi book yes, for which he will ask you to pay 5k and return you the book doctorate. Return to the Poacher Caves and use the book in the table. With that your mission is completed and go back to Alcestios to report. The next mission is with Ikasis, who you will find in Edron, to the north of the city. And the task you get is to talk with a ghostly wolf, for which you get a fate talisman. This wolf is located in Cormaya, but it can only be seen during nighttime in-game, which is on the 45-minute mark to 15 minutes of real-life time. Once you talk to the wolf and get the mission, your next stop is on the Orc Fortress, located a bit further northeast from the Poacher's Cave. Go around the outside of the fortress here, and then use the bones next to the sleeping wolf to receive a note of a poacher. Then go to Benor. If you go through the Amazon camp, you can open the chest guarded by the witch to get a Devouring Ring. In case you're playing a new server, this will be helpful as creatures in Feyrist can get you drunk. Once at Benor, go here and upstairs to find Irmana, say Fur, and she will offer to sell the wolf whelp for 1k. Take this to the ghostly wolf and say mission, then use the fur on the weapon stones and say whelp to the wolf. Then go back and report to Ikasis. Your next mission is with the swan, southeast of Ikasis. Say hi, mission, and then go to the city. On top of the depot, you find Tereban. Say hi, cloak, and he will tell you where to find the swan feathers for the cloak. One is located here in Edron on the wheat camps to the south. Walk around the spot until you get the feathers in your inventory. Then go to the Rasha for the others. One is inside the city in this apartment complex, then the other is north of here, leaving the city. Next one is further north of that by the Dragon Bones, and the last one continuing north with some lions. With all 5, go back to the Swan to report your mission, and she will tell you to talk with Alcestios again. And upon reporting back to him, you will be granted access to Feyrist, which can be accessed through the elemental portals located in every city. Although most portals have different locations, they tend to be near the temples or the depots, with some exceptions like Edron and Ankermoon. But each time you will need a small amethyst, emerald, ruby, or sapphires, depending on the color you use to match the portal. But be aware, each one takes you to a different part of Feyrist. The most used portal is the Earth, with a small emerald, as it leaves you close to the center and to the safe area of Feyrist. The spawns in Feyrist will be the surface for level 80 mages, the Dark Fawn Caves for level 100 mages or 130 knights and paladins, and the Mini Russia for level 150 knights and paladins. And lastly, the Summer Court, which I will recommend for level 200 mage or 14 hunts. Now moving on with the quest, I do recommend at least over level 130. Find Melira in the center of Feyrist, and your first mission will be to kill a total of 200 creatures from Mini Russia. These count retroactive in case you have already hunted here before asking for the quest, and once you kill 200 of them, then you will be able to enter the portal on the 2nd floor to fight Kroazur, which is a mini boss with a 2-hour cooldown. The notable drops are armor blades, silver, and gold tokens, although they are somewhat rare drops. After killing Kroazur once, go back to Melira and report the mission. Then the next one will be to free 5 fairies across Feyrist. For this you need a melee weapon, any type works. You will find 2 in a small case, first one to the northwest of the city. Use the melee weapon on the energy barrier until it breaks and then click on the fairy. If doing this with other people, then you need to wait for the fairy to respawn after a minute or so. The next one is to the south side. Repeat the process. Then head to the Dark Fawn's Cave. On the 1st floor you will find 2 fairies, and the last one is on the 2nd floor. But also go here and use the tree stump to find a moon mirror, which you will use later. Upon releasing the 5 fairies, go back and report your mission. Then your next one will be with Tegan to get the empty Starlight Vial and Dark Sun Catcher. However, another mission must be completed first. Go to the west side of Feyrist and find Aurita. Say hi, mission, and she will send you to the dancing fairy to the southeast of her. Say hi, spell, and then you will need to get the magical music notes. For this, you need to have a palm pipes, which multiple creatures from the surface drop. Go to the north side of the entrance to Mini Russia and go into the lake. In the middle island of the lake, use the palm pipes to receive the musical notes. Go to Aurita and give the notes to her. Then you will need to get a raven herb, which you can find across the surface, but the closest to the city is to the north. But these can only be found during night time, so you might need to wait for that. Once you have it, give it to Tegan, and then to get the items you need, he will ask for 2 small enchanted gems of each type. These can also be looted from the creatures in Feyrist, but it's recommended to check in the market for them in advance. Be aware that if he still says that you need to do a mission for him, try going to Aurita again and reporting the mission. Then once you have the vial and the Suncatcher, go back to Mylyra. Your mission is to chart them up, but be aware that in the case you have more of these, but from Black Bear, you cannot complete them just yet. You must do one set first and finish the quest, and then after that you are able to make new ones. If you try it before, then the items will remain charged but with no stats. This is only relevant for those that have done the Thieves Guild quest and want to make more slot items to sell. But back to the quest, during the day, you will need to go northeast of the camp and use the Suncatcher here to charge it up. The other 2 must be done during nighttime by going close to the Earth Shrine for the Moon Mirror, and then the vial is by the Energy Shrine. With all 3 items charged up, go back to Mylyra. Your next mission is to use these charged items in 5 different spots for each of them. But once again, the ones with the Suncatcher can only be done during daytime, and the other 2 during nighttime. Pay attention to the message you get as you use the item on each spot, and upon doing all 15, you report the mission to Mylyra, who will give you a blossom bag as a reward. This can be used as a container, it has 24 slots and weighs less than a backpack, making it somewhat valuable in most servers, so check the market if you want to sell it. By now your items will be back to being uncharged, so repeat the previous step to chart them again during the respective day and night times. And with that, the main quest is completed, which is also the requirement to start the Sweet Dream side quest, but that will be covered in a different video, so consider subscribing for that. Now with that finished, you can do 2 extra missions. The first one is for the Swan Feather Cloak. Find Valindara during daytime and ask her about the Swan Cloak. She needs 100 swan feathers to make you one, but these ones are found in Feyrist. 40 of them can be gathered every 20 hours, so you need to repeat these 3 days. But since it can be repeated, you can also buy them in the market from other players. With the 100 feathers, go talk with Valindara by saying Swan Cloak, yes, and then you need to wait 20 hours. After that time passes, go to her and you will get the Swan Feather Cloak. Another somewhat valuable item because it gives high protection to energy and earth while also being very light on weight, but be aware that you can only get 1 cloak per character. As for the next mission, this is to get an achievement. Head to the southeast of Avendandriel near the Sound Tower and find the Tooth Fairy. Ask her for a mission, which will be to deliver some presents to different NPCs across Tibia, one in Thes, one in Benor, and one in Carling. In each room you will find a drawer. Open it to receive a milk tooth and then use the present in the bed. Do this in each room and then report back to Tooth Fairy. After this, she will ask for 1 of each creature teeth available: an orc, shark, and vampire teeth, and perfect behemoth, carrier worm, and werewolf fangs. Those can be looted from the respective creatures with the exception of the shark teeth, which can only be found while doing the quest of Kralos, so you will have to do a few missions from that quest to be able to get it. And since all of this mission is optional and the only reward is an achievement, most people don't bother with it, me included. There is also another optional mission with the reward of a butterfly ring, but these are so common nowadays that I advise to ignore this as well. So with that said, the quest is completed. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to the guild Causality from Pulsera, to Nightstar and Tuna Hero for supporting the channel.